There's a unique energy in these moments when one season fades into the next, as if the world around us pauses to catch its breath. The mountains stand tall, framed against a sky heavy with the weight of the coming winter, while the rivers swell, carrying the last whispers of fall downstream. It's a time of transition, a reminder that change is constant and inevitable. Up here, the land feels ancient and wise, knowing this cycle well, and it's in this in-between space where I find myself drawn to the water once again. This time of year always makes me reflect, not just on the seasons that have passed, but on the experiences that continue to shape me. The river has called, and today, we are answering that call once more. It's now late October on the Skagit River, and the season is changing fast. The mountains that rise above the river are now crowned with fresh snow, creeping lower each day as winter approaches. There's an unmistakable chill in the air that cuts right through you, the kind that reminds you how far north we are. I'm back out here with my old friend Mark, just like so many times before. This particular stretch of the river always seems to call to us, no matter how many trips we make. And of course, Artemis is along for the ride, darting around, eager as ever to see what the day holds. She's growing fast, but she still has that playful puppy energy. Her curiosity making every little splash or rustle of the leaves seem like the most exciting thing in the world. Watching her explore reminds me of what this river means to me. The excitement of the unknown, the beauty of what's right in front of you, even when it's hidden beneath the surface. Today we are fly and spey fishing, sticking to this time-honored art form. The river is running high and fast right now after the weeks of rain, but it's still familiar. And after all these years, we've learned how to read the currents, how to find those hidden pockets where the fish like to hide. Mark hooks the first fish of the day not long after we set off, a big feisty Coho salmon. I can see his rod bending really hard as the fish pulls away, fighting with all its strength. And I get the net ready, and we're both anticipating a moment of victory.
Ooh, he's a big one. That's a big boy. Look at that.
Put the heat on the 8-weight.
Yes, he is.
That's why we bring an 8-weight.
Yes, we do.
I can't see.
Yeah, he's over here. He's on this side, so, oh boy, look at that. Oh, wow, that's a good looking one.
But just as quickly as the battle started,
Nope.
it's over.
Did he come off?
The Coho shook the hook, disappearing back into the depths before I could net it. Mark laughs it off, and so do I. Out here, you learn that losing a fish is just part of the game. And honestly, it's those near misses, the ones that slip away, that keep you coming back for more. We stop along the bank and Artemis trots along the shore, her nose constantly in the air, picking up on all the new scents. I watch her as I wait for that familiar tug on the line, thinking about how lucky I am to share this place with her and with Mark. The weather's been typical for the Pacific Northwest, bouts of rain rolling through, followed by moments of clear skies. Almost like nature can't decide what it wants to do. The trees along the banks are well past their full autumn colors. Most have lost their leaves, their branches bare against the sky. But here and there, you still catch a flash of crimson or gold, a reminder that fall hasn't fully let go just yet. As we make our way further down the river, the scenery never fails to impress. The snow-dusted peaks loom in the distance, a constant reminder of the season's shift. But with all that being said, the river is a little bit more quiet today. Not as much wildlife moving around in this cold. The birds seem to have, for the most part, hunkered down, and the usual activity along the banks has, more or less, slowed to a crawl. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hoping to see a deer, or even a bear this trip, Maybe fill that empty tag I've been carrying all season. But no luck this time. There's something about the stillness, the quiet moments in between casts, that's just as rewarding as any hunt. As the day pressed on, Artemis seemed to have had enough of getting wet and has learned how to crawl back into the boat all by herself. I have to admit it though, it's very amusing to watch her struggle to get in, but I'm proud that she's figured that part out. We keep casting, taking in the day, and just enjoying the sounds of the river. It's just so easy to get lost in the moment out here, time slipping away as the current carries you along with it. There's no rush, no urgency, just the steady flow of the water and the occasional tug on the line. As the hours pass, the river continues its steady pace, and we settle into a familiar rhythm of cast, drift, and wait. Mark and I exchange stories between casts, our voices carrying across the water, though they feel almost muted by the vastness of the landscape. It's the kind of quiet that isn't silence, but a peaceful stillness, broken only by the sound of the river lapping against the boat, or the occasional splash of a fish breaking the surface somewhere off in the distance. I feel the cool breeze picking up, brushing against my face, reminding me that winter is still on its way. Despite the cold, there's a warmth in these moments, a deep sense of contentment that comes from being surrounded by nature and with good company. The afternoon light has grown a little softer now, filtered through the thick clouds that are rolling in and out. Every now and then, the sun breaks through, casting a glow on the water. But it never lasts long before the clouds close back in again. It feels like we're in a world of our own out here, far removed from the hustle of everyday life. There is a sense of timelessness on the river, a reminder that while the seasons change and the years pass, the river endures. Mark's rod bends again, and this time it's something serious. You can tell by the way he braces himself, it's a big fish, and it's not giving up without a fight. I can tell from experience just by the way the rod is moving and the way the fish is splashing. This one is going to be a challenge. Mark has hooked a massive chum salmon, and this one is putting up a battle that's going to leave his arms sore by the end of it. This fish is huge, probably close to 20 pounds, thrashing in the water, trying to throw the hook just like the Coho did earlier. But Mark is not letting this one get away. This salmon is an absolute monster, and as you can see, it took me multiple attempts to net this trophy fish for Mark.
Got him! Look at your hog! Look at that!
Holy!
Wow!
I didn't realize he was that big.
Yeah, he's...
Oh
I couldn't... As soon as I tried to scoop him, I couldn't get him in the net. I'm like, he's too big!
That's a picture worthy there.
Well, we got the whole thing on film, Mark.
Oh my God. This is, I think, the biggest chum I've ever caught.
We take a moment to admire this legendary fish, the vibrant colors on its scales, the power it has even after the fight.
Got a little bit of fight left in him still.
But we know what we have to do. Out of respect for such an incredible creature, we release it back into the river, watching as it disappears into the cold, dark water, off to finish its journey and hopefully spawn more fish just as strong and healthy as this one. The day starts to clear up a bit as evening approaches. There's a break in the clouds and the sun dips low on the horizon, casting a soft golden light over the river. It's a peaceful end to the day, but I can see rain clouds gathering again in the distance, a reminder that out here, the weather is always changing. Soon enough, the rain will turn to snow, and this whole area will be transformed into a winter wonderland. I can already picture it. The riverbanks blanketed in white, the stillness of winter settling in. But for now, I'm content with the day we've had. The fish, the river, the company. Everything about it has been just right. The winter will come, and the river will change. But we'll be back. There's always another trip on the horizon, another adventure waiting to unfold.